Hello, friends. It's Aunt Nikki of Your Story Hour. I'm so excited to hang out with you guys today and read another chapter in our book, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, and StillMo by Sam Campbell. Let's see what our friends are up to today. Chapter 8, CO Postmaster San Francisco. There were occasional letters from Duke as the summer went on. They savored more and more of distance. One told of his return to his unit at training camp. It was good to see his army friends again, he said. His buddy was there and had been named Lieutenant StillMo, though Duke sometimes just called him the Loot. The whole outfit had picked up on it. The story of Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, and StillMo had been told and retold in their camp quarters. I want to bring Lieutenant StillMo to the sanctuary some day, Duke wrote. He's a roughneck, but the swellest fellow in the world, the rascal. He would love the forest and be all over it in no time, just like the squints. You won't get any rest while he is there, but you will like him. Everyone does. And so it was written in the book of plans that Duke and StillMo the Loot were to come to the sanctuary the moment they had finished their job. There were other letters from the camp in the western mountains. Special training was being done, but Duke could tell nothing about it. A tone of seriousness was creeping into the lines. Action was getting closer. One letter seemed like an outburst of Duke's old laughter, and no doubt it had involved a cackle spasm. There had been a week-end leave. Captain Duke and Lieutenant StillMo had gone up into the mountains. It was a grand experience. They had found a lake, saw a deer, a porcupine, and finally a squirrel. You should have seen Lieutenant StillMo, Duke's letter laughed. He said he was as good as a squirrel as that one any day, and he started chasing it up a tree. He climbed faster than I ever saw a man go before, but the squirrel left him as if he were standing still. By the time the Loot had reached the first limb, the squirrel had skipped through half a dozen trees. Then the little guy perched on a limb and lectured him about the way StillMo talked to us the day you pinched off his tail. Maybe the squirrel thought that after he had been running after nuts all his life, one was starting to chase him. And maybe he was right at that. Lieutenant StillMo was thoroughly defeated and looked sort of sheepish. Well, he came sliding down the tree. He said, "If I'd had a jeep here, I could have caught him." He had to have his uniform cleaned, the rascal. There was another letter that said little except to convey a greeting. Duke could not tell us where he was or what was happening, but some way we felt that it was written in a closely confined, heavily guarded place where men were under great strain. We knew well Duke and Lieutenant StillMo were on their way, going to do the job they had been trained to do. He gave us a new address, an APB number, care of Postmaster, San Francisco, California. He closed it with, "God be with you, my friends." We dispatched an answer which ended, "God be with you, Duke, and Lieutenant StillMo." That was a short chapter. We'll have to see what our friends are doing later. Nice to hang out with you guys. Take care.